Hi, everybody. Thank you, Amir, for inviting me here to have a lecture for you here. We heard about disease. We heard about how to design a product, medical device, and I would like to show you or to talk about how to take the device from the design phase to the manufacturing phase. Few words about me. I'm coming from Medimor. It's a company that produce manufacturing medical device. We are developing the processes how to bring the device from the design phase to the manufacturing phase, including all the steps in between. So 60 minutes about Medimor. We are escorting the companies, mostly startups that are coming from the proof of concept. They moving the product from the design table to the next step. NPI is a new product introduction. And our major role in this phase is to design for manufacture, to make sure that everything can be work smoothly and get into the production line as easy as it can. We are also doing a full turnkey project, meaning procurement and all the step afterwards. We're doing electronics assembly, electronics component on PCBs. We are doing plastic and silicon injection in clean rooms and not in clean room. We are doing electronic and mechanical assembly. We're doing part of our activities in clean room, and part of them are not. Depends on what the customer is need for. We have the ability to support the companies on the production line to make sure the production line is efficient work. So we are doing the jigs and fixtures to help the device go smoothly during the production phase. And we also have a very strong QA department that support what we have inside the company. We are ISO medical approved and monitored, and also FDA registered site. Okay, talking about device. We heard before me that it takes a long time from the moment that idea is coming to the world. Most of the time is a guy who is a genius or maybe some crazy ideas to solve any kind of problem, disease, or other thing in our body. What we have to remember always that the procedure or the process of coming from the design phase to the real time when the product in the market is a long way. We heard before that it can take 6, 7, 5, maybe more times to make the efficient and the most effective device that can be handled by the surgeon, by the end user, and to use it in real life. We always have to think that whatever we thought about is not what we gonna get in the end. So we have to make sure that all the process is accurate. Whatever we meant in the design phase is going to be in real. And there is a process or a tactics or a tool that has to make sure that everything gonna happen. This is called the process validation. Meaning by that we are doing all efforts to make sure that whatever we meant, whatever we design, is going to be happened in the end. Okay. We have a few stages when talking about designing a product. First stage, and the obvious one, is thinking about the idea, is the R&D phase, is always with the people who invent the device, people who thought about the solution that comes from the medical field, and need to do all the research, and even a small production like prototypes most likely happened in 3D printers or maybe by hand, and to make sure that the concept is working. When the concept is approved, then the company is ready to go and look for the site where to produce it. First, we need to find a good partner. We need to find a good hands or a good technology that can take our technology and we can transfer it from the design to the real life in manufacturing. In the way, we have a stop show or a step that we should think about how to take this safely in production. It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of efforts, a lot of money, and we don't want to waste any time and any money and to show the way till it gets to the market. After that, we are ready to produce, that procurement. We are launching a production line. We're doing all activities to make sure that we are getting into the steady state production phase. And then we want to serve the market fluently and not to have a stop in our supply to the market. So we need to have some kind of stocks and to do some extra to make sure that this product will come to the market. What is process validation? Actually, it's a very boring topic. And the first time that Amir asked me to come and talk about it, I thought, okay, I know what is it, but how should I deliver it to the audience? So let's take 60 minutes. We will have a small demonstration how a process should be validated. לא אמור ללכת כזה לאט. כן. מה עם הכל? יש אפקט אחר עם האיטיות, אבל נבין את הפואנטות. Everything was validated. Okay. Even though I didn't do maybe a process validation for the movie, but the slow is what was not the intention to show it. But this is an example for how a process should be continuously and I think perfect. So process validation by the dry definition is how to make sure that everything that I planned in the design phase should come in the production line to real life, and to make sure that if I do the first one and if I do the 1 million one, each and every one of the product will be the same, will act the same, and as we design it. When we talk about validity of things, everything needs to be written. There is nothing that is oral. There is nothing that we can talk just about it. We should leave evidence. We should leave everything for the next one who will come and do the process. And if you remember, medical device use many papers and many documents. And most of the time we need to be controlled. And we can remember that not a long time ago, the Iranian even show us that document control is very important, and we, the Israeli, knew how to use it. Why are you doing this? We're doing this maybe to blame somebody if there will be a problem in the product, in the production line. So who are going to be blamed on defaults, on not acting properly? Maybe the production. The production, they are doing the device, but not just them. Engineering is in charge to move the product from the design phase to the production line. So maybe the engineers are blamed on faulty device. But not them. Maybe the quality department, they are in charge on the quality. So maybe the fault is on them. But it's always easy to blame the management. Management brought the wrong guys, and who brought the right guys is the CEO. So maybe he is the one to blame on. But not, we are not going to blame anybody. We just want to make sure that what we are doing is the right thing to do. Everything is checked, everything was validated, and even though we are using hands or maybe automation to use and to produce the product, we are not depending on one person, we are not depending on one machine, so everything can be repeatable and we can make sure that everything works properly. That's because even in the nature, not all the times things are validated. So there are mistakes even in the nature. When a company is doing process validation, most likely people are not thinking about validating the process. They think about the moment that they will be on the market. All the way is not so important. It's not so important. It's important to be on the market, to launch the product, and to be there. But when it's involved with the giants, when a small company, a startup company, want to jump to the water of the big ones, this is the time to think about process validation. There is no big company that will acquire the company that didn't need a process validation to their product. When we are ready to the process validation, if we have all the documents in place, work instructions, training, and all kind of document, we close all the deviations. There is no corrective actions to do. No ECOs are open. It's not that we are not doing any more ECOs, but everything is closed already. Raw materials, packaging materials are all in place, and we know what we are going to use. Usually companies are coming to us, don't think about the end of the production phase, how to pack it. Let's see how we're going to produce it. They are not thinking about how to pack it, what labels to use. So this is a kind of thing that we need to think in the beginning. And of course, we need to make sure that the facility is working properly. Not do the process validation in each and every place that we are not sure that the facility and the machines are working properly. Who will do it? As these Israelis, we always say that we can do it by ourselves. Yes, I can do it. Why to use others? It costs money, it takes time, so let's do it ourselves. But this is not the way. Let's do it professionally. So don't do it by yourself. Do it with the professional ones. It's going to save you money. It's going to save you time. And don't think about short way. There is no short way in medical devices, as you know. What are the benefits from process validation? Of course, we want a safe product. Nobody wants to have a call from the field that was some damage to the customer because not safe product. We want to ensure the quality, that it won't be break during the procedure. Of course, we want to save time, and we all know that time is money, so we are on the same page. So we want safety, we want quality, we want time save, we want to be in the market. And we all know that as we want to save money, all of us want to make money. What are the phases in process validation? First of all, we need to plan. There is nothing that can go on the right way without planning. So master validation plan, this is the first step that we need to do. It's a big paperwork of writing all the procedures and all the steps that need to go and to be checked. Then we need to write and decide about the protocols, how to do the process and what we are going to validate, how we're going to check it. Then it's the execution phase. We're doing the protocol, actually we're doing the job, and we're writing the report. Again, everything should be documented in writing. Review the reports and approve them. There is nothing that can be done without approval. So if we did it in the right way, when we approve it, then we validated the process, and this is the end of the phase. So we have the pre-validated phase, we have the execution, and we have the end of the validation. Validation actually is the phase that deals with the production, but we have an earlier stage that we talked before, it was a design stage, design qualification, what we heard about Aran is doing. And then we have the meaning IQ, OQ, PQ that I'm probably sure that you all know. I is for install. First of all, we are taking each and every machine, each and every jig and fixture that need to be in the process and see if it works properly. It can be done afterwards. It should be done in before to make sure that we are getting into the validated process for sure. Then we operate everything in the facility. We see that each and every machine works properly with the other machine. The operators know how to do it, and they are ready to execute the process validation. And then it comes to the performance qualification. This is the moment that nobody from QA, nobody from the engineering department is involved. This is the real in life, the production line workers that are working. They are actually doing the job. Usually they are doing 3 batches when it decided on the protocol, and nobody should be interfering their what they are doing. Of course, if there are some kind of failures, then it's the time to investigate, to challenge it, and to make sure that it will be corrected and will be implemented in the real process. I want to show you or to talk about customer in real life. It always starts in the moment when customer coming to us, see the facility, likes what he sees, clean rooms, very neat and clean facility, and he want us to be his partner, to start and work with him, and to get ready to launch the product to the market. Then we give him the facility, he bring his technology, we start working, and then the moment, then he think about the finance phase. This is the moment that I showed you before. You want to jump to the water of the big ones. So in this moment, he don't think about what's going to be happened. A company, the big ones are coming, and first question that they ask, are you sure that your process is validated? And most of the companies that were working with us till 2 years ago were stuck in this phase. They were surprised. And no, we didn't think about that. And the first question that we were asked, Medimor, how come that you are a professional manufacturer? How did you didn't you recommend about process validation to the customer? And then the customer raised his hand and said, "Come on, first talk with them, they told us, but as every time we wanted to save the money, we wanted to save the time, and we want to skip the process validation. So there is no other chance, need to go to process validation. It starts if the product has electronics components. So it starts with the process validation in the production line of the surface mounting technology. It's where the components, the electronic components, are getting into the PC boards. You can see a demonstration of how small can be a component that are coming on the PC board. Can be tenths, can be thousand, and can be even more than that on one PC board. We should validate that each and every component is on the board. Each and every component is on the right position, on the right place, and this is the right component that should be there. Then there is end soldering. Also need to be sure that all the soldering workers are trained and are knowing what they are doing. Then the mechanical assembly, also to make sure that each and every one of them is trained and was doing this for a time, not the first time. Then all the jigs and fixtures that need to be used on the production line, use them properly. All the documents, remember the IQ and OQ are related to this kind of things. And then if we are talking about going faster to the, moving faster to the market, then we are start thinking about moving from manual production to semi-automation, then to fully automation. And then, as I mentioned before, nobody think about the packaging and the labeling. So be aware to think about this in the beginning, because sealing product in a product is in a blister is a kind of journey, and I can tell you that Aran is also a customer of us, and Omer is sitting over here, and he knows how big was a journey to validate closing of a blister of their product in our facility. And in the end, we have the product. Thank you very much.